Homestead. So I promised you that later on this week, which is now, I'd give y'all an update of what happened at our house with Hurricane Zeta, whatever her name is. So we're gonna do a walkabout, like we're in Australia or something, of the back part of the homestead, and then I'm gonna take y'all up front to the front part of the homestead. I'm also gonna insert some pictures because I took some still photos of the trees that were down, didn't take any videos of that. So here we go. All right. From the straight out looks of it, it doesn't look too horrible. That's when you get up to it that makes my heart just drop. So we're doing the cardboard box thing, where you put cardboard boxes down, they disintegrate, it gets into the ground, compost, you know, keeps weeds from coming up. We had all these nicely laid out. We had taken all the tape we could get off of them, and those right there in that pile right there ended up way down here on top of our broccoli. Our broccoli is the hardest hit. We got power. We were without power for exactly 40 hours after Hurricane Zeta came through, Tropical Storm Zeta, whatever. And then we had our son's baseball tournament the Saturday afterwards. We were gone for 8 hours at the ball field. So by the time we could do anything with it, it was Sunday. We tried to stand them back up, but they weren't staying. A lot of them kind of come up at the roots. Some of them have returned. If you can see how that one's, how he's turned back up to the sky. Same with that one. See, that one's got a little broccoli in it. Same with this one. See how she's down, but that broccoli's standing straight up. See? So, this one up by the roots. We're gonna get some stakes this weekend and some fill dirt and try to stand them back up, at least the ones that are completely flopped over like these. And it's very disheartening because this was the crop I was most excited about. We eat a lot of broccoli in our house. The Brussels sprouts over here were turned over, like that one. But as you can see, they're reaching for the sky. And most of them have kind of started heading back upwards. So I think those are going to be okay. I think. Our cauliflower nothing much happened to it. And our cabbages, this is the upside of it all. Our cabbages are doing wonderful. Look at these. They're coming in. Haven't had a whole lot of problems with bugs. I'm going to take you over here to the peas. So we finally decided we don't like this variety of peas. We're never going to buy them again. These things have been growing this long. This is all I've gotten so far. I just picked those just now. There's still some on here. Those are not ready to pick. All these blooms. You see all these blooms. And just nothing. Nothing comes of these blooms. And we just don't know why. The red mustard's lovely. Nobody likes it because it tastes like horseradish. Even the chickens won't eat it. So we're not going to plant that again. This little cluster's got some on here. These are ready to pick. You'll see there's not a whole lot. I feel like there should be. I mean, these have been going for forever. That's it. The rest of these are not ready. It's not ready. See all of them in there? There's not even that many, but you see all these daggone blooms? They're just... I don't know. We've never planted this variety before. Or Blake hasn't, so... We're just... not gonna do it again. One of our pepper plants is permanently turned over. We can't get him to stand back up for nothing. I'm gonna take you around, let you see what happened up front. Before we go up front where the real damage is, this is the ornamental garden. We've about decided we're not really gonna plant greens again, except for like collards and turnips, because that's what we eat. I haven't been able to keep up with this buttercrisp and this romaine. We don't eat much salads, so we're not going to do that again, because they've just kind of gone on. This mint's just gone nuts. Probably going to end up with a bed of mint. I don't know. These Savoy cabbages are coming along though. Got a little head in there. Random Brussels sprout. So this was just for fun. Got some kale. You know, we got a harvest or two. My second harvest, actually, I meant to give to a co-worker and lost power and it wilted. So we're going to take a walk around up front and show you the damage there. Okay, I'm going to kind of do a dramatic entrance as we come around the corner. This is what happened. This oak used to take up this hole right here. This big old hole. That oak was part of that hole. See that big old hole right here? It's gone. See that oak right there? That one. Well, that oak was bigger than that oak. This oak right here was here when my mom was a little girl. She used to climb it. Her brother used to chase her around the circle driveway. I don't think I've ever showed y'all our front area. But my Uncle John used to chase her around the driveway singing "Wooly Wooly" and chase her up this tree right here. And it's gone. This entire root ball came up, damaged the driveway. When they cut it off, it fell back almost where it was. We're going to try to pull it forward a little bit. But when it fell, thankfully, it fell and it hit right here. And this was a double oak. And it hit it just perfectly and it kept on going that way. You can see the scrapes and stuff from it. And then this one went this way. And thank God it did not take out these tall pines right here, but laid down right in the middle of our mulch pile that we're going to use for something, because Blake said yes to it. And landed all back in this area over here. See how close that was to our house? If that tree had gone the other direction, it would have split our house in two. So when I say that we are lucky and blessed, we are lucky and blessed. It was upsetting. We heard it fall. It was scary. That was a very scary morning. But that could have gone way different way. And that's all the damage that we sustained, thank God. Other people had it worse. Let's talk about how this has affected our homestead in life. So, how has this affected our homesteading life? Well, we have a lot of cleanup we have to do that we haven't been able to get to. It's been almost a week and we haven't been able to do any of it. because we still have to go to work. It's a little after 5 and it's getting dark because the time changed 3 days after the hurricane hit. So now we don't have as much light when we get home. It's hurt our crops. So we're not going to be able, I just have a sinking feeling that we're not going to be able to save a lot of that broccoli. And I'm trying to be positive about it because we are thankful and we are lucky that we still do live in the city. And we can still go buy groceries. But it has definitely put a stall out on our plans, and so all we can do is say there's next year. Got some different plans for the spring. Blake's stepped out the rows and the spaces in the garden, what he wants to plant. We're gonna do some things in some raised boxes that our friends James and Shelly gave us. And we're just gonna kind of have to start over, take what we can from this. That's all we can do. I'm sure y'all noticed in the garden there's a lot of weeds. I can't win this battle with these weeds. That's why the cardboard's there. It's supposedly that the cardboard's going to kill all of the weeds, and when we go to till in the spring, we won't have all those weeds to contend with. And maybe we will have killed, you know, a lot of the weeds and stuff like that. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. Oh, I forgot to show it to y'all. Down here by the chicken coop. Hank, stop it! He likes to terrorize the birds and drives me absolutely nuts. If he causes them not to lay, we're gonna have some issues. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to tell you. Right before the hurricane, the week before it, our sweet Dixie May, our older pup, passed away. You might have seen her in a video or two. She was 12. Our kiddos have never known a day of life without her. So we had Dixie pass away. The week before that, a bad storm came through. Huge limb fell on Blake's truck, shattered his windshield. So things come in threes. So hopefully we're done. So this right here, all this fell. Hank! All this fell. And here's the coop. Just right there. Every time. Everything was just right there. Like, just a few more feet to one side and things would have been different. And I'm so glad that it wasn't. So we didn't sustain as much damage as some people. And, again, we're grateful and thankful for that. Just gotta pick ourselves up, move on. It's getting cold here in Georgia, even though we're supposed to have a warm-up this weekend. But, about time to wrap it up for the growing stuff, at least outside anyway. Building our compost piles, hopefully going to be our next project. And apple butter turned out really well, by the way, guys. Kids loved it. Very proud of it. Thank you. Don't have a recipe for it. I just kind of dumped cinnamon, allspice, cloves, apple, some brown sugar. Didn't measure, just dumped. But that's all. Hopefully, have an update for you when we get something from out here, whether it's broccoli or Brussels sprouts or cauliflower, or when we harvest the cabbage. Really excited about that cabbage, y'all. And I'll give y'all an update then. Y'all have a wonderful fall evening.